Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Hardcore Casuals. We're on episode
72.
46.
That's what I said.
That's what you said. This is exactly what you said.
Episodes in a number.
Yes, episode 46. Welcome aboard. Do we want to actually introduce ourselves today?
Sure.
I'm Dan. Who's next?
Hey, I'm Ben.
I'm Jen.
All right, guys. What's everyone? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I forgot about you guys. My bad.
That other guy.
Yeah. I am horrible dad jokes.
Hi,
Hey,
horrible
horrible
dad
dad jokes.
jokes.
I'm
I'm
Ben.
Dad.
I saw that coming.
That's disgusting. How dare you?
How dare you?
I just
So,
took
Dan,
this.
what's your favorite color, man?
Plaid.
Oh.
Wait, did he say that or did Josh say that? Plaid?
I did.
I'm so confused. Oh, okay. I was surprised. Like, was that a legit answer? Maybe it is plaid.
I don't know.
Which specific color of plaid doesn't matter. Plaid.
Dan
Black and
doesn't
white.
strike me as a plaid kind of guy. Maybe he is.
No, I'm not. I can comfortably say I'm not.
I
So you're
did.
What can
not,
you
so you're not a
uncomfortably say?
lumberjack, and it's not okay.
I was going into that. That's awesome.
Oh my god. I'm a lumberjack,
lumberjack
and I'm okay.
And we keep the tradition of derailing within the first 5 minutes.
I was about to say, like, not only did I take this whole train and just steer it right off the track, but then you guys drove it into the ground further.
I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh my
Different kind of
god.
lumberjack.
Dan, what's your
Chopping down all
favorite
those
color?
trees.
Was that Jen or Dan?
Oh, Jen. But Dan, what is your favorite color for real?
It's a
It's
purple.
not plaid. Purple.
See,
Yes.
now I can't
Awesome.
say it because Dan said
Oh,
it, and it's going to be like,
My.
she is so
God.
copying off of Dan.
Oh my god.
Oh. My.
It feels like we're back in kindergarten now. Like, you
Oh.
picked my color.
It's the fifth kid to pick. It's like all the cool colors are taken. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Cool.
No,
I guess I'll take chartreuse.
I said it first. Leaving me over here with magenta.
She was a cool dog. You leave that alone. I'm just kidding.
Magenta?
Oh, yeah. Blue's, was it
There you
cousin?
go.
Friend?
Look at that.
Oh,
See?
wow, that is a throwback.
We are going all the way around the dad jokes. So anyway,
That is such a throwback.
see, this is what happens whenever you have kids.
I just
Span
right.
multiple time frames.
Or
Yeah,
nothing
I-
else to watch on Saturday mornings except for Nick Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was Magenta on Blues
Yeah.
back in the day?
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't watch that much of it. I don't know if I was just on the shady side of. Oh my god!
Shout out to Buddy. God damn you,
cannot
Buddy.
talk
to
Thank
you,
you
guys.
so much.
Happy belated birthday, buddy.
Yeah, bro.
Since
Happy
our last
birthday to
episode.
Buddy. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that
Mhm.
the theme song to our show should be some sort of remix to Put some beats in there.
It's definitely got to have that in there.
Yeah,
There's
something like that.
no conceivable way that you can get away with not having that in the theme song somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're definitely in that fun mode now where everybody needs theme songs and updates and all that. But
That's
working on their game pretty hard while they're locked into oblivion and insomnia.
I'm known to so many people now. I need my own intro theme just walking in the room.
I know. Jen's had a bit of a renaissance here
I know.
recently. All of a
She's had
sudden,
her metamorphosis.
metamorphosi.
Something is happening to me.
Metamorphoses.
You could say she's shedding her skin like a snake.
Oh,
God damn you.
Or was that a
Get out of
sunburn?
here.
I mean, I am technically at least on one arm.
Ooh,
Snake?
thunder.
Snake arms?
I have a snake arm right now.
Can you hiss for us?
Our viewers are curious.
I don't know if I can snake hiss. I can cat hiss. I don't know about snake hissing.
It's all the weirdness now. All of a sudden, I just
What's
imagine
snake
Jen.
hissing?
I just
Snake
imagine
hissing?
Jen from that The one meme with the kid with a green thing on his head trying to pretend he's a snake. I will have to share that out later.
I was going to say, I don't know what he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about? I don't know
Oh,
what he's talking
yeah. Yep. It's happening. I'm going to share that with you guys. Because
Everyone smile and nod politely.
That's very interesting too. Nobody watches Cannibal the Musical. So
I don't even know what that is.
reference. Yeah, like I don't.
Is it a musical?
It is a musical, as a matter of fact. But anyway, here we are. It's episode 46. I have no idea what we just talked about.
Hey, Josh, what's your favorite color, man?
Ben, WTF, dude?
I want to give him a chance. He didn't get a chance to answer.
I have multiple favorite colors. I'm more of an orange and green kind of person.
Oh,
Would you say that you would combine those colors in plaid?
Green and black, maybe? Not green and orange. No.
Green and
So when you
black
played-
would be good in plaid.
When you played Ninja Turtles, the arcade, did you pick Michelangelo then?
Mm-hmm.
Donatello all the
And
way.
if he was taken, I was always Leonardo, because as much as Donatello had the staff and you think he had more reach, he didn't.
He
no,
did
he
it?
didn't. He didn't, but it was
didn't.
awesome because in that very first little mini boss fight that you got to, you could just hide up in the corner and just staff down and kill the guy.
Why would you do that when you can just jump kick all the whole time? It's fine.
Because
This
you
is
don't
the
take any
first boss.
damage up there.
You don't take any
My
damage
childhood
because
is
you don't
ruined.
kick him either.
Hey, you shut up. Maybe I
No.
wasn't good at this game.
Well,
Ooh, you know what we should do? We should stream that game sometime as we're filming an episode. Don't they have it for the PS4? Or something like that?
No.
Somewhere.
I don't
It's somewhere. I
know
played
about
it somewhere.
that.
It's somewhere. I played it somewhere.
How much ice cream have you had tonight?
Strawberry ice cream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going to get it out of the way now.
I think it's hilarious that
It's
just as
homemade.
Jen was during the Inquisition, he
I
just
knew it.
caves and
I
says
knew
it.
it. I knew it.
So Ben, what strawberry?
Oh, God, I love you guys.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't,
that,
think that was even going to be a thing, and then it was. This is an episode title: Strawberry Ice Cream.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Bob's and Vagana. Edition.
Strawberry Bob.
Sorry, Bob's and Vagana.
Oh, god.
But anyway.
So welcome, everyone. Hello.
So yes.
Welcome to the
Yay.
Festival of Non-Sequiturs.
That's right.
Man, I mean, we could just do this for the whole episode.
I mean, we could, but we have a lot of people wondering what our podcast is all about.
I know.
I think a
wonder
lot of people
sometimes.
already do.
Yeah, I think we wonder sometimes what our podcast is all about.
We should play a drinking game for one of our episodes. See how that goes.
We'll have a live stream of our Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my god!
Oh.
As we all
We should turn that
simultaneously
into a
get
drinking
banned
game.
from everything.
Yep. You know what'll happen is we'll have that, and like the day we're getting ready to put it out, we're like, oh, you guys just got monetized. And then the next day they're like, well, we regret to inform you.
You have violated every term of service. Not just a term of service, all of them. But
All
we
of
had
them at
fun.
once.
But we had fun, though.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well, do you guys want to start with what we're playing? What we've been playing?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Who wants to go first?
Well, mine is rather short, so I'll go first. Been basically just hanging out here and there doing the stream stuff, so it's been Rocket League and Fortnite for a good back-to-back run here. Although I've been trying to get a couple things out of the old off the shelf, dusted off here. I want to get back into playing the rest of Horizon Zero Dawn again. Because I started playing the expansion, the DLC part, but never really put forth the effort to finish the rest of it. So that's on my list of things that need to be finished here very soon. But then I started kind of playing around with Dead Cells again. So,
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
yeah, I want to
Nice.
get through some of that stuff. I never got to the end of that, but started playing around a little bit so I can get back to being familiar with the controls again. Because,
Yeah, so much muscle memory there. I tried to pick it up again a while back too, and I was like, yeah, I need to play this more because I'm bad at it again now.
Yeah. Well, there was that, and they had that like DLC or the
bad seeds thing.
Yeah. And I
to
wanted to
pick
get
that
into
out either.
that, but we'll get there. It's one of those things I've been trying to get myself away from the normal, because I'm falling into. There was a while ago where the only thing I played was Rocket League, or then I only played Fortnite for a while. And it was funny. I was chatting with somebody the other day because I was in one of the streams that I frequent. One of the guys in there was talking about how his skill level went down or something, and he didn't play it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, dude, it took off like a month to play Fortnite and like didn't touch it for like a month. I mean, literally the dates on the score stuff were like, the last time you updated was here.
Where you been?
Yeah. What happened? So, I'm trying not to get back into that spot where I'm just playing one game for weeks and weeks and weeks on end.
Right.
And then there's me.
Yeah. And then there's Dan. No, but outside of that, though, I've been picking up my Rocksmith stuff again.
Nice.
Trying to have Saturday evening. Well, if the weather's good, I open up the windows in the front. But little Saturday evening concert, if you will. Just pick out a couple of songs and play around with it. And I found my stereo cable cords for my stereo in the office that I could get everything plugged into the TV and PlayStation and run it all through there. And so I just crank it up and play a couple of tunes that I've got at least, a decent amount of mastery in the game, and run it from there.
Nice. What's your go-to track lately?
16 Saltines from White Stripes.
Nice.
It's my jam right now. I got enough of it down that I can get through the song without many mistakes and can just run it. So
Nice.
Awesome.
Between that or Stone from Alice in Chains, those are kind of my two jams. But those are far off the tuning scale, so I usually don't play the two of them too like back to back too often. So that's pretty much it for me. I mean, like I said, short and sweet. It's been pretty much all of it.
Just quick questions for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ben?
Oh, you cut out.
Ben!
Snake!
No, that's Jen.
What?
Oh, you're right.
You rang?
Well, until we get Ben back, Jen, you want to go?
Well, I guess I can. As usual, I'm going to be the one who's playing all the things of the group here.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you imagine that's a thing. I have been doing the Saturday morning SAG Squad Fortnite sessions. I've been playing Rocket League with Josh and multiple people now. And Call of Duty with the old SAG Squad whenever he has an open spot for me
Nice.
to weasel my way in there.
Making Final Kill videos and
I know, right? Oh my gosh, I was on fire last night. It was so fun. It was so fun.
Jen just had a week.
It's been a week.
Getting platinum levels in Rocket League. She never thought she would be.
Wow. Nice.
I know. So I'm
Props.
platinum in 3. Is it all 3?
Think so.
And then Words. Drop Shot is the one that I'm
Gold.
not ranked in yet.
Oh.
I think
That's
I was
right.
there for one of them. I feel honored.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Sorry, guys. Hello.
You cut out whenever you're getting ready to ask your question.
Did I really?
Yeah. You're like, I have a
Oh.
question, and I was like, no.
Ah, damn.
So
It was
you
that
guys want me
important.
to? Do you want me to
Okay.
pause or do you want me to keep going?
No. Keep
No,
going.
go,
Sorry.
keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good. Whatever. I'm going to give Ben his chance.
Oh, it's all good.
So yeah, those are my highest rankings in Rocket League right now. Apparently, I'm good at the extra modes and not so much the regular Rocket League game. But hey, everybody has to have their niche. I am still Well, I started Final Fantasy VII, the original. I'm still not very far. Like, I cannot get out of that Clouds Past cutscene because every time I start, I get distracted, and then it just sits there on a dialogue box forever, and I turn it off. So we picked up Borderlands 3
Yeah.
yesterday. So Dan and I have dabbled briefly into Borderlands 3, and it seems to be fun, and we're trying to talk other people into getting it. Hint.
Who shall remain nameless?
I don't. There's nobody in your name nameless.
Nameless. You who shall not be named with converted? Yeah.
Josh and Ben are like, gosh, you sound like you need a cough drop. Are you two okay?
Need a hot tea break. You know?
As an LOL moment, we got, what night was it? Was it Friday night? I don't know. We got bored and fired up Destiny 2.
Oh, yeah.
I missed that.
Oh.
We didn't know what to do with ourselves.
I was going to say, how bad was it? Just like, the shell shock of going, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, so, we've chatted. We had the fun little idea of possibly like getting back into some of the old stuff and doing like a stream or something that was from the old school, old blast of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And we got done playing the other night, and Ray was playing Call of Duty, and some other people were on, and they were talking about trying to stream like something from Destiny 2. And so we got this fun little thought of like, oh, we have a couple of us, we could actually get on and do something. And there was like so much just unanswered. Like, we didn't know what we were supposed to go do or what we were going to do. And like somebody tried to fire up one of the what the heck's the Gambit matches. I keep forgetting the name of that thing now that we haven't played it in
I know. It's so bad.
Ages. Yeah, so somebody fired up one of those matches, and it was so bad. We're just getting smoked.
We got our asses handed to us on a platter with a bow on top. Like,
that's PvP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you remember it's like
gosh.
you have to kill all the enemy stuff, and then after you collect the motes from that, you have to turn them in, and then
That's like the worst thing you guys could have played to go back in there. Holy crap.
Yeah. So there's all that. Well, they decided, let's do that. So the guys we're playing against were like, their light level, like one of them was at like 1,015.
That was
or
the lowest
like that.
Guy.
That was the lowest
What?
guy. Yeah. And so we're all in there at like, I'm at like 750. I don't remember where Jen was 800 and
Like
something from where
5 or something.
wow.
you guys were playing on Stadia. And so like all this was just happening. And I think that like we've got like 15 motes turned in by the time they'd already just like melted down their whole final boss. So
we were still trying to figure out what even was going on, and they had like 60 motes already deposited. Because by the time we collected anything, right, like just in our hands collected anything to try to take back to the depositors or whatever these things are called. There were so many blockers over there that it was stupid.
Yeah.
And then it was great because they kept sending people over to kill us. Like we were competing at all. Like, why?
Just rub salt in the wound.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is not necessary. But we didn't know what to do because we had 4 people and
Yeah, nobody was communicating. There was nothing, but that's.
it was.
Wait, who else did you guys play with? Like, on
It
chat,
was-
kind of?
Jen and Ray and Mark. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it was like a full team of you guys all
Yeah.
in chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like you and Jen, and then 2 blueberries.
And then randos.
Oh.
No, we actually were a group together, like trying to figure this out, and it was so bad. All of us were just like, "What even is a Destiny?" we didn't know where to go, who to talk to. Like, we're running around in the tower. Like, I don't even feel like I've ever played this game in my life right now. And we all went, okay, well, I'm done with this.
I actually installed Destiny 1 and fired that up the other day. And that was overwhelming as hell. But oh my gosh, my chroma armor, holy shit.
I miss it. I miss it so much. Do you remember the raves that we used to have in the dance parties?
I think that's where we like first became friends. It's like, oh, you like this stuff too? Hey.
Me and Ben are like the two that you can see from miles away.
Well, it's funny. I used to put that stuff in player one with it too, and then we started PvP matches, and some of the areas that were in PvP were dark, and it's like it's like adding a glow stick out there. Like, I'm right here. So I took all that stuff off.
Notice me, senpai?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I eventually started changing my armor for PvP, but I didn't really like PvP, and I couldn't wear my glow sticks, so that's pretty much how I ended up.
Valid point.
Yeah. Jen needed to have her Raver gear.
Lasers.
She was
absolutely. I'm like, I feel
good old Diablo 3.
As Dan starts PTSD.
You can have my lasers when you peel them out of my cold dead hands.
But Jen, you are dead.
Oh,
just gonna take these and deposit them in the box. No!
You shut up, you guys. You don't understand. I need to express myself through color.
Oh no, we understand. We're just still gonna make fun of you.
Oh.
Love you.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of expressing myself through color, I finally got terraforming in Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to ask you about that.
Yeah, so...
Have you done anything yet?
I have adjusted a river.
Oh, cool.
And then de-adjusted it because I went, wait a minute. I don't know.
That sounds exactly like what I did. It's like, oh, I'm going to make this a little bigger. I don't like it. Nope, never mind. And then I went online.
I'm looking at it like, I really don't feel like I need all this river, but I don't know if like cutting off part of it or just getting rid of part of it messes with anything else. Because I would kind of like to make the lower right area of my island like this is where everybody lives piece of it.
Right.
But I am super excited that I can put down paths. That's what I have done. I've been like going around like, look, I can make a little path to my store and moving my flowers around, all of my flowers that are everywhere. It was funny because like we mentioned earlier, I've been frequenting all these people's streams, right? And one of the guys who does Rocket League, his wife plays Animal Crossing, and she like started her own stream. So we went, Queen Bacon. We went forth to support Queen Bacon.
Is she live now? Does she have her?
She is.
Her channel?
She's Monday, cool. Wednesday, Friday. They're over near Chicago, so it's not. I guess she gets on at 8:30 her time, so it's like 10:30 our time. Yeah, so pretty much I've got like
They're only an hour behind.
I thought they were. Yeah, that's right. They're only one. There's somebody else that's two.
Yeah.
But so I pretty much got this point where, and I think Jen does too, where I get up in the morning and I get to work and, I watch Epi stream. So, who we had as the one guest the one time.
Yeah.
Recently. So check out his stream. And then right about the time he's leaving to go to work is whenever Queen Bacon starts getting her stream pulled up. And she's just like one of the nicest people ever.
She is the sweetest lady.
Yeah. And so watch her stream, and then she gets off the stream and gets everything set up so he can stream Rocket League. And then he does like a 4-hour long stream. So
yeah, he's noon to 4 hour time.
Yeah. So, but then like Tuesdays and Thursdays, he does viewer tournaments. So anybody can log in and play those tournaments. And then he does follower games the last hour of every of every episode, so every stream, so it's all crazy.
And his stream chat has changed my whole outlook on life. I'm not even kidding.
Yep. But we'll get to that here in a moment.
I'm making friends.
Because we need to make sure that Dan has his games and Ben has his games and
I'll just
everybody's all.
Let me wrap up my story then.
Okay.
Anyway,
what's your favorite color, Josh? Just kidding.
Well, anyway, I don't remember where I was going now, but I was talking to her about how you get terraforming, and I had gone and talked to Isabel after, she was like, this is what you need to do, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go talk to Isabel then and figure out what my island rating actually is. And Isabel said, you've got too many trees, which I did not think was a thing. But Queen Bacon, in her off time, had gone and looked it up, and she said that she'll tell you that if you have more than, 210 trees.
Okay, good to know.
And I was like, I probably do have that many trees. Oh, my God.
You got to make that money.
Oh, my God. I know. I was like, yeah, okay. So I took... and I cut down some trees and put up some stuff, and then I got my 3 stars and my little KK Slider concert, and I was all excited. I was like, this is awesome. So I've been back into the Animal Crossing scene a little more than previously also. Still doing turnip trading and such.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta check prices for those.
Yeah, I still have some left that I need to queue up and sell.
Oh yeah, I'll just talk about the Switch and stuff. Reminds me too. I started playing the SNES Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past again.
Nice.
That's a good idea. I forgot about that being on there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I actually did that a couple months ago. That's how I played it for the first time. It was amazing. What a fucking ride. So good.
Yeah. What a great segue, Ben, telling us how awesome that is. You should just tell us what other games you're playing, too.
Oh, no, were you talking about the Switch stuff?
That's all I was meaning. We were talking about all the Animal Crossing and the Switch and et cetera, and that made me think that I was playing that online.
So that's all you're playing right now?
I already did my Rocket League and Fortnite.
Oh, you already did your thing. I'm sorry, what about you? Did Dan do his?
Nope. Go ahead.
You two are left.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's see. I've been hardcore on the Stadia train right now. Mainly just playing one of the new free ones that came out. It's called Spitlings, and my kid is absolutely loving it. So we've been before bed or when we have a few minutes in the day, we're just kind of playing a few rounds of that. It's a weird game. It's really it's if you die once, if you get hit by anything, you die and you have to restart the entire level again. But it's kind of like Galaga. You're shooting these enemies that are all over the map, and you fire spitballs kind of thing. You can fire them up or down, and if you fire down, you kind of can float up in the air and stuff. It's interesting. So it's very, very puzzle-like as well, too. So been having fun with that. And revisiting Red Dead Online, because, that's like aside from, oh my gosh, what's it called? No Man's Sky. That's like my other chill, meditative, just kind of lose myself game that helps me relax at night.
There you go.
And the nice thing, I've been just, I can play that. I start playing in the living room, and I just pick up my controller, go upstairs, and play it on my phone.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Sleepy. That's awesome. So, just pretty much trying to take advantage of the fact that I have it. And I've been pleasantly surprised with a lot of the improvements they're doing. They've added wireless controller support for the PC now. Resolution has been upped now for everywhere across the board, and just it's finally feeling like it was supposed to originally. Good. It's feeling like it should have felt when it first came out.
Yeah, I think the sad thing about Stadia is that, in as much as it didn't really get off to a really great start, people have kind of forgotten about it. Or at least it feels that way to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. But also, I think just streaming in general, the whole, what were the other ones, the big ones, like the Xbox something or the NVIDIA, whatever. There's also have kind of just fallen off the face of the earth a little bit.
Is the NVIDIA thing even still around?
I think it might still be around, but they might not have any games left.
Yeah, I was going to say, I forgot.
Everyone pulled out, yeah.
Yeah, they pulled out hard.
Everybody kind of went, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Well, Google just has a crazy amount of money to keep throwing at it. So I think they've like bought out two studios now. They've made their own like first party something. They're developing games and stuff now.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's interesting. And I'm really looking forward to ESO. So when that shit comes out, it's game over. Nice knowing you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you kidding? You're trying to pull us in with you.
Exactly.
Like the Witcher all over again, right?
Oh man, what a journey. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Steady all the way. What about you, Dan? Talk to me.
I got sidetracked by Spiderman. I had it on my wish list forever, and then I saw that Game of the Year edition with all the DLC go on sale. My kid was interested in it, so I'm like, yep, now's when I'm getting it. And I did not put it down until I hit Platinum and 100% on all the DLC. It is so damn good.
Basically, this is the first
Spider-Man.
time we've talked to Dan in weeks.
Yep, that's about right, because I literally was just had to get through it. Like, I was completely addicted to it.
You pulled a buddy.
That's awesome.
Yep. Like I know that he loved it, Ben, you loved it too, and I'd retained that it came out at the same time as what, God of War.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, I can only pick one, right? So I start off with God of War, and now this was not no regrets buying that. I think it's one of my favorite games on the PS4 ever.
Nice.
Like,
oh yeah,
I would easily say if you have the console, it's a must play.
It just didn't hit me that hard. I think it's really good, but it didn't hit me like that.
Which surprises me, because like I'm not at all into superheroes. Like, I haven't watched the Spider-Man movies. I tried the Avengers and all that, and everyone can shit on me as much as they want. It just doesn't click with me. But that game, just everything about it was just close to perfect. If it wasn't.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, they did it good with all the storytelling parts and everything. All of the little side mission things, the little break-in stuff where there's like you're floating around the city and all of a sudden there's a cop car or a stolen car chase or whatever. You're jumping around trying to chase those down. And I wasn't a huge fan of the chasing down the pigeons.
Yes, that's that, and I think some of the sneaking missions, I think I could have done without, but that's like really about it. Like I loved how the city felt alive, like with all the random events that happen. Like the traversal. I mean, like the movement in that was just absolutely great. Like tossing the controller to my kids and watching them, air swinging along. Like when you're playing with something, like the kids they're not used to when they start jumping along with a controller. Like just watch them do that is, it's a trip. It's a really fun game.
Beautiful. It's a gorgeous game.
Yes,
right,
yes, that too.
Like just web slinging for 20 minutes, just all over the place without doing anything.
Yeah, my kid got my oldest. Whenever we first got it, that was like the one thing that he wanted. So I got it. Like I think it came out like right around his birthday. So we got that, and he was one of those like, oh, I have to get all this thing, and I have to do all the little side whatevers, and I have to get all the suits, and I have to. Yeah. And
let's put it this way: I got all the backpacks,
and the came out.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that was the thing I did. Like whenever the game came out, like the way that I play these games. I like my gamer ADD sticks out a little bit. And so whenever you first got access to like finding the backpacks, like I stopped the whole story and just found all the backpacks.
That's exactly what I did. I did the backpacks and all the landmarks before you even get the fast travel.
Yeah, I learned the same way. Did all that, and then all the science things, all the little science stations. Like every time something new popped up, I was like, well, sorry, story. You're going to have to wait for a while.
Man,
yeah,
so good.
Guilty as charged. If you have the deal, if you don't have the DLC or if you haven't played it, it's worth getting. The story is good enough, and it adds a whole bunch of other stuff for you to go pick up around the map. So if you like the base game and you didn't have the DLC, I got the Game of the Year edition that had it included. So I'm glad it did, because it was it's one of the rare games that actually went through all the extra content.
Is the DLC on sale? Oh no, you got the right. You got the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I got the Game of the Year, but I don't know if it's on sale. There's so much stuff on sale on PlayStation right now that it wouldn't surprise me if it's in there.
I was enjoying the hell out of that game. Replaying it, I mean, but it's just there. It's like we were talking about it. The Mary Jane parts are amazing the first time you play them, but when you're trying to replay them, holy crap! But yeah, sorry, no spoilers.
There's been a couple times where I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Well, I like the difficulty about it too, because yes, you got all his his crazy moves and all the gadgets and stuff, but if you don't use the right thing at the right time, you will get your ass handed to you too. So that was like a kind of fun thing. It's not a walk in the park by any means.
Yeah, definitely not. I didn't not like it. It's so weird how I'm weird, I guess.
It's so weird.
It's so weird how I'm weird. Yeah, I don't know. That thought kind of petered out in the middle. But I was just thinking, like, these games like Breath of the Wild and Spiderman that everybody loves, I'm just kind of like, meh. Although I think that Spiderman was way better than Breath of the Wild. Don't take that wrong.
Oh God.
The Spiderman.
The Spiderman. Spiderman.
So that's it for me. I mean, that, and I've been slowly chipping away at the hard mode to the Final Fantasy VII remake, but that's pretty much the only two things I've been playing.
How is that? Is that like, are you enjoying it? Because I want to do it just for the platinum, but I don't see myself enjoying that.
I'm enjoying it because it changes it up just enough. It doesn't feel as brutal as it sounds, but it's definitely more work.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I'm maybe about a third of the way through, so like it might ramp up a lot more later, but like it hasn't been like I haven't felt like I hit a wall.
Gotcha. Right on.
So Dan, I wanted to test out a theory here.
Okay.
See, a little bird told me that after your Monster Hunter from the other evening, you're starting to have a slowdown.
Well, just because I mean the last patch that they added was Kulftaroth, which I didn't love in the base game for starters, and I didn't feel like doing it alone with blueberries. And seeing as we're all kind of playing different things at that point, I didn't prep for it either. But it was nice to get back into with you two, Ben and Jen and Buddy the other night. It's like I still love it. It's just that boss I wasn't particularly hungry for.
That's the gold guy, right?
Yeah, the gold guy. See, I think that's when we stopped playing the base game. Like you guys just weren't in it at all. I kept going.
I think it was just me and you, Dan, the last time that we did Cove Terror.
So it's like,
I like his armor. I just don't like him.
Yeah, same here. Wasn't my favorite encounter, and the way that the loot worked with the total RNG is just I didn't want to grind something endlessly to try to get something out of it. Whereas the siege thing that they did with Safi Jiva, that was you could reliably get gear or something that you'd use out of it every run. It would count towards something.
They didn't update it. Wow.
I know they changed it up, but I think part of it was still RNG, where you had to have the old weapons to upgrade them. I saw that going by and on Reddit and the usual YouTube channels I check, and I was like, no, I'll pass.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Because I think that was happening while soon after the 7 remake came out. So I was like, I'm not gonna tear myself away from that for a boss that I didn't like.
I didn't even remember that coming out. Like I know I don't pay as much attention to Monster Hunter as you do usually, but like I just don't remember that coming out. Now I do want that new Namiel armor though.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
that was a good fight. That was a hell of a fight.
Just wanted to see, because all of a sudden, whenever you guys were playing the other day, and then everything kind of ended, somebody was like, I think Dan's gaming boner for Modern Warfare for Monster Hunter is starting.
Yeah, I forget that. I remember I used those exact words.
That was the words
for what it was,
and it was probably me that went. Did he seriously just say that? Did Dan just say that? There's no way.
Oh, it's because I think we'll have to playing it alone. That might have been the context. I don't remember. We'll have to.
Are you still playing Generations?
I haven't in a while. I haven't fired up my Switch all that much for anything other than Animal Crossing, because the kids always want me to send them gifts and money to upgrade their houses and stuff. So I'm just nonstop grinding.
Gifts and money.
Exactly.
For their new houses.
And like I got to whatever what was it there, the G rank in there, and there's, the difficulty really went up a notch. So I'm like, I'm going to take a break now and I'll go back to it. And then there's new stuff coming out in a bunch of other games, so it's just been sidelined for now. But I'll definitely go back to it.
There you go.
Plus, that was also my thing that I played on my lunch hours at the office, where I haven't been for over 2 months now. So,
oh, that's right.
There's that little detail.
That does put a little bit of a damper on that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like the one place where I really had time to kind of sit down and play it is no longer accessible. But yeah, great game. I think it's on sale now too, again for like something like 20 US. So if you're interested in more Monster Hunter and you're done with Iceborne, that's a hell of a lot of game for $20.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, before we are you?
Yeah, that covers it.
Okay, I didn't want to cut you off.
You can talk, Jen. You can talk.
I didn't want to cut you off. Before we move on to anything else, though, I forgot the thing I was going to mention. So you guys are familiar with the Marblelympics, right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well,
anybody who's not needs to get educated quickly.
Get yourself out there and look up the Marblelympics because, yes.
Quack, quack,
Hazers.
yo.
Go Hazers.
Mellow yellow.
Oh, it's great. So I showed this to someone today, and they were like, have you heard of Marbles on Stream? And I was like, no, I have no idea what that is. So Marbles on Stream is a Twitch thing where, the person...
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I just got excited.
Hold on. It's a Twitch thing. So someone streams it, right? You have the streamer streaming the game, and you can basically, if you type like !play when they're loading up a level, like you get your own marble in the stage that they're about to open. And it's like a race. It's like a Marblelympics race, digital with your marble in it.
What?
Yeah. It is like the best thing ever.
Whoa.
I had never heard of this. I had no idea it was a thing. And I'm totally sold on it. It's so worth checking out. Like, go look up somebody playing it and dip into their stream and see how it's going, because it is so competitive. Like, you're in rivalries with people you have no idea who they are, and you're bad-mouthing each other in the chat over something that is completely random. Like, there is
awesome.
You have no input on this whatsoever. It's basically somebody rolled the dice, and that's it. But it's
RNG be in your favor.
Yes. Praise RNGesus. But it is such a fun thing.
That's awesome.
So that's what I've been doing this evening.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, COVID-19's been a piece of shit, but I mean, it's amazing how people are finding ways to stay entertained.
Well, and we got entertained by that last year. We were all hyped up about it in our own little side chats. But Ben, didn't you say, was it you that shared the thing with, what's that?
Oh yeah, man, it's ridiculous. It's awesome. So, he was just he does his specials lately have been all COVID-19 related and how it's been affecting different facets of life and all that. So his last segment 2 days ago was, on sports and how live sports have, suffered and teams aren't practicing. Athletes aren't, they really haven't had an opportunity to do anything. And people are really going crazy because they can't watch their teams play. They can't, get that need fulfilled of watching live sports and getting together and all that. Anyway, he starts talking about alternatives and basically how he has gotten sucked into the Marblelympics. How do you pronounce it? The Yells Marble League or whatever? I think it's Yells.
I don't know. I just, it looks like jelly to me. I don't know.
I always said jelly too, but it's like they're Scandinavian or something like that. So it's it's got a very unique pronunciation or something. But he was talking about how he's gotten sucked into that. He's been watching all these different streams about their previous 2018, 2019 seasons, and he's a big supporter of the, what do they call shit? The midnight. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. It's not ice cream. But long story short, he is basically sponsoring the 2020 Olympic season for the Marblelympics because they were running into issues with everything going on. They were running low on funds. They weren't able really to have the resources to keep filming and making all these amazing backstories. Every team has their own personality. They have their own bios, all their team members, coaches, like a history. So awesome. It's so funny. I was watching reading their wikis, and my wife's team, we already bought shirts too. It's really fun. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
My wife's team is Team Momo, and she was researching, and she was like, oh my gosh, one of our like star players had to have surgery for an injury because my sister-in-law's team apparently are huge rivals with each other, and they didn't even know that. So it's just little details like that. It's amazing how they've gone so in-depth into it. And that's why John was covering it, saying how amazed and such a big fan he is. And now everybody is like jumping on the bandwagon. The subreddit went from like 8,000 people to like 200-something thousand in just a few hours.
That's so good,
which is
though.
great. Yeah, because it's one thing to plug it.
Right.
Yeah. And then to just go and flat out sponsor it, saying, this is so good that I'm going to pay for it. I mean, that's just great.
It's really
cool.
cool.
The channel made a trailer for it, which is amazing. You should check out the trailer. But basically, they're just overjoyed at, they literally saved their whole business, their whole livelihood. So, yeah, it's exciting. It's going to start June 26th or 27th. There's 20 teams that qualified, and apparently they're having like a last-minute qualification round or something for the other teams that haven't. So there's still a chance for the HAZERS and the Green Ducks or whatever they're called.
No. The one thing today I was looking at it, the
thing that
top
I shared,
3 teams.
the HAZERS
the
Raspberry Racers. And hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, the HAZERS, the Razors, and the Ducks were the top 3, or the reverse order. It was the
so Team Galactic is hosting.
Uh-huh.
The auto-qualified guys were Raspberry Racers, Green Ducks, and HAZERS.
Yep, because they were 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the other teams are in the qualifiers.
Oh, they weren't in that list because they auto qualified?
Yeah,
because they're that good.
They were the top 3 finalists last time.
Oh shit! Oh, I was so excited the HAZERS were out because they were always fucking winning.
Go HAZERS!
Go HAZERS!
Fuck.
Too bad they came in 3rd. Behind my Ducks.
God, it's so
awesome.
Good.
It so feels big. I know. That's the whole thing, is that you can still have that team camaraderie now and just be able to have that rivalry or whatever, because there's a Marblelympics fucking YouTube channel.
Thanks to John Oliver.
Yeah, and everybody can pick their team. And it's just one of those things that naturally happens, You're like, this is a bunch of marbles. This is dumb. I'm not going to pick a team. And then you're watching it and you're like, go HAZERS!
That's right.
Come on!
Oh, it's so good.
It's like if the last 3 to 4 minutes of audio didn't give you an idea of how much we went from, it's just marbles. And I'm like, no.
This is serious shit. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I went back and I was watching the 2019 stuff, and I saw I was watching the qualifiers, and I had forgotten they had a fight in the stands. It was like the Raspberry Racer crowd and the Mellow Yellow people, Marbles, that started fighting, and then Team Galactic started getting in there. It's just so good.
Well, and then when they had one of the Marvel things was doing so horrible, I think it was the Thunderbolts, that they said that their their coach left mid-season.
And they had the one where there was debris on the track.
Yeah. From
where the crowd had gotten rowdy and thrown stuff out. It's just, oh my God. It makes me so happy. It doesn't sound good, but it's amazing, and I'm so glad that it happened across my feed that one day that I sent it to you guys. That one day.
one glorious day.
Yes.
When all of our lives changed for the better.
The Fire Nation attacked.
Yes.
The Fire Nation attacked, yes.
Should do that and make a set of red marbles called the Fire Nation.
Oh man,
that would be kind of cool, actually.
That's a great idea.
Start tweeting John Oliver right now.
we need our avatar teams represented here.
Last second qualifiers.
Dan, have you seen that? Have you seen that show, Last Airbender?
No, I haven't.
You son of a bitch.
I started watching with my kid, and then we just kind of trailed off, but it's not because it wasn't good.
Oh, I
better not be. I will not have that kind of talk on this podcast.
That's right, Jen. You tell
None of that talk happened.
I
know you guys like it.
Dan.
I wouldn't blast it.
I was just cutting it off before we even started headed down that path. Because no, I don't want to fight with you, Dan.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I don't want to fight with you, Dan.
Mom and Dad are
I don't want to, but I will if I need to.
Exactly. I will throw down right now.
Just imagine Jen throwing things towards Canada.
Which direction is north? They just see me in the parking
Mexico,
lot.
Jen, other way.
Just a heads up, they're keeping the Canadian-U.S. border closed, so it might be a little tricky.
I have a really
can throw
strong
fire.
arm. I've been working out. I have a
She
really
could throw a football over the mountains.
Stop eating our steaks. Oh my God, we've lost all focus now. Where are we going
talking
from
about-
here?
So yeah,
I don't know. How do we transition from you trying to kick my ass?
well,
Why
speaking
would
of
we want to?
competitive fire, and mingling that with all of our talk the last episode of what we're doing during the COVID, streamers, yes, streaming peoples,
Streaming peoples.
yes.
Yeah.
So we were chatting here a little bit earlier, and I know we've had Epi on for our last guest that popped in, and even our prior friend, the magician Eric Tate, is now doing some streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Very
And
nice.
we're seeing a large uptick. And last time we talked about things getting canceled, and this time around, I kind of wanted to bring up how things are getting exponentially bigger. When it comes to the streaming side of the world. So I think everybody that was off work and wasn't able to do anything, that was just like, hey, I like to sit around and play video games, so I'm just going to get a camera or, a video card that I didn't have, and here we go. So we've chatted before about doing some different things, and some of us have capture cards and are able to do streaming things. And, I don't, but I was looking into the possibility of getting the stuff, and it's like sold out everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hardcore.
and if it's not, then you have to get like the super crazy something top of the line version that's like $1,000.
Right. And it's out of stock, or Amazon won't ship it to you for another month because it's not a high priority item or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and we've had our couple of folks that have been on that we've seen, or streams that we've talked about, or Jen's done stuff talking about games done quick and things like that, where they'll have streamers or speedrunners on, and it's just been crazy, the number. Like, Dan, what was the graphic that you shared with us earlier?
It was Skillp that shared it, saying that the streaming industry grew 99% last year, like over last year. Just it's crazy, like doubled.
Yeah. And if you're on Facebook frequently and you haven't checked it out, I mean, the what used to be Facebook gaming, which was all of the little, stupid phone games that you'd play for a while, all the farm bills and whatever.
Yeah.
Like that whole page now has been kind of redone, and it's all video game streaming. I mean, they still have some games here and there, but a lot of that stuff got really, ripped out of that site, and it's been adjusted to streamers, and I started this a while ago whenever I was laid off, streaming with Ray, Sagdad, and playing games with him as frequently as I possibly could, and getting Jen pulled into that whenever she was able to, and Buddy and really everybody who's available for
Right.
any time, and then that started he had an issue that changed his stream time from the morning to the evening, so I had to find up something to fill up my mornings, and that's where I strolled into Epi his stream, and then from there we started seeing some other folks coming around, and there's really some high quality folks out there that are putting together like a really good quality product. Like Ray, or like Sagdad, like Epi, some of our new frequent folks to go play around with. It's Sir Crispy Bacon.
Sir Crispy Bacon.
Yep, and his wife, Queen Bacon. Now she has her own channel. But half of the enjoyment of the channel has to be the attitudes of these people.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. If you ever need a good laugh, you might not understand the first half hour of it because, some lingo that's going around or some stuff that's in the chat. But man, if you roll into Bacon's chat, and you have no idea what's going on and you just start talking, that's all you need. The most animated, wants to make up his own song or his own little sort of personal song when people are new followers or someone's birthday, or they just started doing the supporter thing. And he's got a music background and things like that. So he's just all over doing stuff like that. And
I need to watch this guy. Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah. But while all this is going on, I mean, he strives for it to be a positive environment. He doesn't let trolls hang around and cause a problem. And at the same time, he's grand champion level Rocket League player.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing all this stuff in the background, reading his chat, communicating with people. I mean, he doesn't let things go. He's in his chat.
Yeah, he definitely interacts.
Yeah. And it's crazy his ability to do all that and then still have a grand champion level Rocket League.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
it is pretty incredible. That whole situation is pretty incredible, right?
Yeah.
You guys know me. You know how I am. I do not put myself out there. That is not a thing that I do. But Bacon's chat has been the single best thing that has probably happened to me in, I can't even tell you how long, right? I'm talking to people, I'm making new friends, I'm on, I'm participating in his tournaments when Josh is available,
Yep.
stuff like that. And it's turning around, and some of those people are coming and watching Ray's stream on Saturday morning because they know me, and I post it to their share page, and they see it, and they know me, so they come and watch. It's there's this big community of people that all support each other, and everybody's nice, and it's what is this? Where has this been? It's
That's
such
awesome.
It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all really in part thanks to what's been going on. I guess
Thank you, John Oliver.
What? That British man.
Yes.
What can't he do?
There you
Turns
go.
Jen into a social butterfly? No, wait a minute.
How did that even happen? I know, it's crazy. And I will tell them because they're like, you should get in here and do our follower games. And I'm like, whoa,
Don't push it.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on.
Slow
I'm
down.
still, yeah. I have a lot of, you may not know this from the way that I'm chatting in your chat, but I have a lot of social anxiety. So
These are words that are in text. And if you hear my voice, I'm going to run. It's literally Jen at that moment.
Yeah. And I told him that, and Bacon being Bacon, he's like, this is a safe place, and it's going to be fine, and don't worry about it. There's no stress. We just play for fun. And I'm like, I know you do, but that isn't the point.
Well, it's good that you're, that's helping.
Yeah.
So, and I'll it's, you worry about some of these things getting toxic and crazy. And there was one day where there's this guy who's he's got some of the tournament stuff is open to anybody in any skill level, and you have other ones that he breaks it into skill level parts. And he had one day that this guy who's also at grand champion level, whatever, played somebody who's a platinum, 1v1 solos player, and he just got stomped. And as soon as he got stomped in the chat, this guy was like, I think I just played a bronze. And Bacon was all over that guy about you're inferring that this guy isn't a good player, and you just randomly got matched up with somebody who's solo platinum. We don't do that here. We're here to have fun and have a great time. Don't go immediately trying to trash somebody else that's in here.
Yeah.
That's going to make them not want to play again. It's not going to make them not want to participate. It's
yeah, that was an interesting day because that guy did not understand why what he said was a problem. And even after we all tried to explain to him, it doesn't matter what your intent was. with what you said, it sounded very condescending, like, and he just couldn't quite, get his head around it.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of interesting to see, like, Bacon step up and be like, no.
Yeah, he's that fierce in defending his stream and the people that are there, because he has some people that, there are people that are in lower tiers that are asking these guys like tips on how to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are brand new streamers that are in there asking him tips on how to do streams, and he's just open to helping everybody out. He's just like one of those like helpful dudes that's always like, well, yeah, this is what I do and this is whatever, and let me know what I can do to help you out. And it's one of those refreshing places to be. It just makes you feel good.
Well, shit, I mean, just being online is intimidating already. Just with the amount of trolls, people feel that they're entitled to say anything they want because they don't have to back it up with
right.
face to face or anything.
Yeah, they're behind a keyboard. Like that doesn't even have to be their real picture or their real name or anything.
That's true.
And we saw that the other day too. We saw that yesterday. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jen. I'll go over that part.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I need to hear this.
Yeah, I'll bring that in a second. But Jen, go ahead and finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's just like for me, like I've always been hesitant to get out there and really like mix it up with people. So it's nice to find a place that is actually.
And all this over piano music.
Right? I only started chatting in that channel because he was playing Big Band, 8-bit Big Band that one day, and it turned into a conversation about Final Fantasy music and Final Fantasy games and like,
how to make friends with Jen.
Bingo.
Yeah, right?
Bingo. Right? That was like, somebody laid it's like the perfect little, in the cartoons where they had the trap that's like a box with a stick under it propped up and then a little something under the box. Like the Final Fantasy music was the thing under the box.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And they got me. So anyway, you were saying, Josh.
Yeah. So, we've seen the good side of things with those couple of streamers, and they tend to bring in pretty decent sized audiences, and they're doing a good job of interacting with their folks and still maintaining a good quality product of games. And even if they screw up, I mean, they're still also having times where they're living up to it, but they're having a good time. It doesn't get them down. They're not like yelling at people or causing arguments. Now, on the other side of that, though, we are seeing the toxicity come out in some other spots here too. And we were watching a different stream that I will not bring up the name of the stream or anything like that. I'm not going to give it specific people names or anything. So anonymity as it would be. But there was a person that was in a Rocket League tournament, I guess, and he was intoxicated. Oof. And somebody started to, talk shit about him or his play level or something like that. And he decided like, hey, you're going to start something with me. I'm going to turn it back on you. And so he started like, all of us have been around for a little bit and we like to trash talk each other and we'll say stupid things and have a good time and jest. But I mean, this guy was just like the equivalent of so think Letterkenny with the hockey players. Whenever they're chirping at everybody like that, we're talking like that level of like hatred on people.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Yeah. So we'll come to find out this kid that he was going nuts on was like 14.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, and he didn't know that. So he found out later, and after he sobered up, I guess he got in touch with this kid and evened it all out and everything. Apologized to him and tried to make sure everything was fine. And I guess there's, that props to him for trying to right his wrong.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, but I guess there was some other dude in there too that was trying to give him crap about it, and he was trying to DM this guy, and there was some arguments back and forth, whatever. Well, his next stream, he was just nuts about what was going on with this thing and about this guy in specific, and some other streamer that was on his stream heard about all this going on. It went and got that guy, and then that guy showed up in the stream, and it just turned out to be like a 45-minute shit fest.
It was a hot mess.
Like
wait,
live.
what happened? Another streamer came into this guy's stream to talk shit?
No, so like what Jen said about some of these streamers, like, there's a bunch of them that have their own streams, but they also support each other. So you'll have like whenever we watch like Epi or Bacon, there's like 6 or 7 guys on there and gals that all have their own streams or all have their own channels and play at different times, but they like to be part of the overall experience. So they'll come in and be in the episode or in the stream with, one of those players. So it's not uncommon to be like, oh, hey, like, there's one of the guys I play Rocket League sometimes with Shadow. He will play in, like he's played in the GG Fire Rocket League tournaments and like Pepper Gaming and some of these other guys that have played together. And you'll sometimes see them kind of cross-pollinate each other in their streams. Well, one of the guys was watching this dude stream and then saw that he was bad-mouthing this other guy, sent him a message. And so it was like, oh yeah, so-and-so's talking bad about you. You should come defend yourself. Well, the defend yourself was live on a Facebook stream. So, yeah. I mean, so it got like, I'm not going to talk behind your back and this MF or that and this, and it was tight. It was very, very animated and very tight for a good 45 minutes.
It was a long time because I remember that was, I was trying to go take a walk, but it rained. So I ran to the store instead and I'd had the stream playing and I was listening to it on the way over there. And I got to the store and I couldn't bring myself to get out of the car because I was watching this train wreck happen live. And I was like, okay, so the number one thing I would say that I've learned from that is when you're in what is basically the equivalent of like a small town, like if you think about those tiny little towns where everybody knows everybody and they joke about like, so and so went to the outhouse today and it took a long time and like everybody knows it. It's that. Everybody knows everybody.
In a small town.
Yeah, well, bad gas travels fast. Yes, in a small town. Thank you. That'll do it. An apt saying, but it's like that. They all know each other. They all hit each other's streams. They all support each other. Like what we should not do is get on our live stream and talk shit by name about another streamer or another player who all of these other people are also going to know, right? Like, let's not do that. It's not good form. And it didn't sound good on him. And then the guy who showed up to defend himself in chat, who also turned out to be a kid, it didn't sound good for him either. Like, nobody looks good in this situation. Nobody wins.
Yeah. It's just a lot of us out there have been gaming for a good long period of time now. And so you have guys that are streaming that are, 30, 40 and having a good time with it. And now you have another set of streamers that are these kids that are like super skilled and they're like 14, 15. There's a channel out there called Little Bros Gaming and it's like 2 kids that look like they're like 8.
Yeah, they are young.
But the dad streams with them and they have a good, he's there to moderate. So, he's,
I could do that. That's
he keeps it positive and they play stuff that they can be positive when they don't let anything get in there. He moderates it real quick. But you've got stuff like that going on and those kids, I mean, some of those kids are playing pretty well already at like that age level. And you're like, if they're going to be the next group of kids that are getting in here and playing these games, like don't be the 30 something or late 20 something, full of piss and vinegar that's going to jump all over some kid just because you can't contain yourself.
Yeah.
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 And it's a mentality
it's a mentality that I don't really understand either. But I don't really understand the people even when we're just playing Rocket League on a Tuesday night or whatever, like the people who get out there and want to trash talk and throw racial slurs and just be gross and horrible. I don't understand that. what is that doing for you? You know, is that seriously making you happy? Because I can't imagine that it is. So what is that mentality? Stop.
Yeah. So I guess really the big moral of the story here is there's a lot more people on here streaming, and you know, pick your content that matches you. But man, there's a lot of plus and minus out there. So, you know, go for the quality.
Yeah.
Go for the quality. You know,
you guys are streaming. I want you guys to be streamers.
I want to be streamers.
Make it big.
Well, Jen
make your millions, and then you guys can give us a couple thousand. You know.
Jen should be streaming already. She's just worried.
I mean, I just don't have the camera setup thing, you know. Like I have been actually streaming a little more, and I realized that part of that is living vicariously through other people's streams. But like, I'm getting out there.
Mm-hmm. It's a start, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm definitely no expert, but I feel like it's not a requirement to show your face right away. I mean, you've got us. We'll join in, and you've got enough of a, you know, fan base with the other streams that people will want to come and just listen to you talk and chat and watch you play a game.
Yeah.
I think that's the nice thing about streaming is, or at least to me, is that you get to inform a community and just kind of share the gaming experience. And I don't know, like at some point it became like, especially for girls, unfortunately, women, that you have to be, you know, full on makeup, looking good, and presenting yourself. And if you're not, everyone's going to call you a thought or whatever. You know, it's just, I think there's so much pressure for women, especially. But I think it's perfectly fine to start off without a camera, and I think you would do really well. And then you can make a big deal about the face reveal, you know. There you go.
There's
if you want a face reveal,
subscribers, face reveal.
I mean, I think that's a legit thing, though, right? Like, if you get big enough, and then people can actually like support you financially, you know, that would be like a thing. Get me a setup, right? Help me get a setup so that I can
exactly.
Whatever.
Well, that's if you look at some of these streamers that are out there right now, they have little progress bars at the bottom of their screen for like stars and stuff like that. And you know, some of these guys, like one of them. I saw recently he was doing a stream, and it was like, at this number of stars, he'll have enough money to get this new updated video card. So instead of running at like 480, he can run at like 720 or higher whenever he's streaming. So the stream will look a lot clearer, things like that. So he's using his ability to get stars and get, you know, or bits if you're on.
To reinvest it back in his stream. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really good.
You know,
and I think mentally, even for the streamer, it's better to start off that way and have it be kind of like a positive trend rather than going all in right at the beginning and realizing, okay, I don't have that community, I don't have that following yet. What was I expecting? And then you've got all this money invested in.
Yeah,
but
if you already have a computer for the gaming part, you know, and you don't have a problem running out and spending $200 or so to get a capture card, if you don't already have one or something has the availability of streaming already in your setup, you know, cool, go for it, have a great time. Just don't think that you're going to start streaming tomorrow and then all of a sudden you're going to have 1,000 followers and you're going to have like people sending you, you know, stars every single morning, and you know,
you got
bosses lining up to get you hooked up there. Yeah.
You're going to have a couple of friends that are going to get on, and they're going to follow you, and they're going to share, and then it's going to share to here or there, and you have to have that waiting process of getting through your first 100, your first 200, your first 500, you know, number of followers to be able to get to that. And then also, you know, you're going to have to be able to wait until, you know, Facebook's going to have to recognize that that's happening for you, and then be able to let you be able to turn on following or turn on your ability to get stars. And, you know, and even like Twitch and those channels, like they have an affiliate thing where you have to have a certain level of followers to get a certain quality of stream. You know, there's levels. It's not just going to happen overnight. So, yeah,
that's true.
I mean,
and you got to work hard to put out quality content too, or else none of that's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to put the work in,
Yeah, we've been through that with Ray. You know, he was going through whatever, trying to get the right number of followers, because he said that up until a certain number of followers, like Facebook wouldn't do anything with him. So he was having issues with that.
You're stuck at 720p until you get a certain amount.
And and then after you do that, like you can't get stars, or people can't send you stars until you reach a certain level. And then once you get past that level, it's so tiered out in regards to what you get or what you can get. It's a little bit crazy, but they've folks that have stuck with it and really have a passion to do it, and they don't want to have that moment where they're kind of giving up on it. More power to them, and keep fighting. We'll hopefully have a bunch more streamers and good content streamers now that with everybody being closed in. But
right.
Heck, maybe we'll see what's the old phrase, the wheat from the chaff.
Mm-hmm. I don't think all of those people are not going to stick, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of interesting when things start getting back to normal, more normal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To see how many people of those streamers, stick with it and become more successful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel bad. Bacon, he's a good people person. He works at Starbucks, and he's already said that with the amount of time he's been off and just streaming and things like that, it's going to be weird going back. But he's ready to go back.
Well, no, actually,
he's right.
Yeah, I don't know if you were on the stream when he said that, because I tend to hang out more in Bacon's stream, and Josh tends to hang out more in Epi's stream.
Do both. I'm not on at the same time.
Oh. Yeah, I think I spend more time in Bacon's stream than you get to. But anyway, he went back to work last week, and he's talking about becoming a full-time streamer.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
He went back to work, and he's like, I didn't realize just how much, I didn't really, he didn't say that he didn't want to do it, because I think he's happy working in that environment. He's, the barista thing where he can talk to people and interact and whatever. That's his jam. Mm-hmm. But I think that maybe
streaming is almost that on steroids then too. You're performing, you're chatting, you're communicating, and
from the comfort of your own home.
Very true. Yeah. Oh man, that's it's tough to go back to.
Taking part in one of your favorite hobbies at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, there's perks there.
Yeah. Faux show.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, guys,
I think we've covered it.
Yeah. So, do fun things. Be a good streamer. Enjoy yourself.
Don't badmouth other people.
No. And if you don't want to do any of those things, then go enjoy someone else's streams. Go pull up Facebook and look into a game you like to play, and find a good couple of streams that have a good positive group, or Twitch or Mixer or whatever one you want to get into. Just
start following Jen for the face reveal.
Yes,
there you go.
There you go.
Contribute. Let's get that up to 500 followers.
Jen's going to do the face reveal, but it's actually just going to be that Apple thing that makes you video chat as a animal or something like that. It's going to be a unicorn.
Shush. God, can you imagine how awkward I would be on a face reveal?
I saw this one the other day, this guy who definitely had a very Indian accent, but he was dressed up like a robot, and the whole time he was in character as if he was a robot playing video games.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have to see if I can go find it again, because I forget what the name of it was. But yeah, the whole time was just as if he was a video game playing robot.
I mean, if that's what it takes for you to be confident enough to get yourself on that camera, and you really want to do that, by all means.
There you go. So Jen will be the animated unicorn until she feels strong enough to
to show the real face.
Yeah, to let everybody know it's actually just unicorn shirts and hoodies.
And brightly colored.
She's not an actual unicorn.
And brightly colored eyeshadow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those palettes are fire. Shit.
I'm so happy. I love it. Anyway.
Yep.
We're not going to go into that little.
I think that'll be enough, right? That should be enough.
Bob's and Vagana reveal. That's right. That's 1,000. That's 1,000 follows.
Yeah, Ben. I'm gonna need you to drop into my stream more often and ask for Bob's. Because
there you go. That'll get the community all excited,
all stirred up. Yes.
Bob's in the chat.
Open Bob's. Open Bob's. Bob's in the
you can make your own personal emoji with.
Yes.
Oh, no. We're getting ahead of ourselves now.
Yes, indeed we are.
The potential is there.
I love it. Bob's in the chat. Anyway. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
On that note,
I think we're done.
Before Bob's are actually in the chat.
Yes.
I think it is time to call it an evening.
Simmer down, folks. Gosh.
Yep.
Everybody just calm.
Put your Bobs away.
We don't really want to see your Bobs. And I am not showing mine. So
Ben, you're missing your opportunity. You're missing your opportunity.
Wait, what happened? Oh no.
You're missing your Captain Falcon opportunity.
Oh, show me you Bobs. Oh no, I was going to say it in the Indian accent, but I don't.
Oh God.
That would have been bad.
Probably a good thing. Yeah,
exactly. Well, on that note,
well, people, have a good one.
Next episode.
Yep. Get easy.
Bye-bye.
Those terms of service, holy shit.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Take it easy.
See you.